Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We are back again with another video. I have been a little bit off of hiatus, but there's some news that we need to discuss, as there's some things that I might have missed, such as there's been updates on some of the things that happened in the summer. We got updates on Raphinha, updates on what happened with the Onana transfer and why we moved away from it last minute. We also got updates on Nico Williams, plus rumors that Arsenal looked at Mbuemo from Brentford. Also, Odegaard got injured, apparently. I don't know if he's actually injured, but we're going to talk about that. Calafiori got injured last night versus France. We got to talk about that. And, of course, some updates on potential new contracts for some Arsenal players, and one of them being Leandro Trossard. So, ladies and gentlemen, this plus more on today's show. Do me a favor, though. If you guys are watching this live right now, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and, of course, it helps out the channel exponentially. You guys don't understand how much it helps out. If you guys can do that for me right now, it would help out the channel massively. And of course, you guys can now be part of the gang, part of the crew, part of the channel members by becoming a channel member. So please do check that out. Let's get this show started. We got a lot to discuss. And yeah, it's been a little bit of, I've been away for a little bit, but I'm back. I'm back, baby. Let's get this show started right about now. Yes, people. What's going on? I'm back. 22 people already in the building. Do me a favor. Please do hit that like button. There's a lot to discuss, as there's been a couple little updates on things that we need to discuss since we last spoke. I think the last time we spoke was probably, was it Vibes from the 6th? I think that's the last time I did a live stream. I did do an upload where me and Deo kind of had a little conversation about everything that's going on around Arsenal. But last night there was a major update. There was a disappointing moment in the game between France and Italy where Riccardo Calafiori might have picked up an injury. Yes, Riccardo Calafiori might have picked up an injury, and I think that's where we're going to begin. We're going to save some of the other stuff like the transfer conversations and everything else as more people walk in through the door. But do me a favor, as you guys come in, please do pay your rent and hit that like button. It's absolutely free. But first things first, good news. The Italian manager, Lucas Spalletti, thinks that there is a good chance that Arsenal's Riccardo Calafiori could be available for Italy's next match in the Nations League versus Israel. Personally, I think they should send him back right away. We don't want the guy to get further injured, right? Also, reports that Calafiori suffered, looks like, a nasty injury in the 71st minute in the Italy's game versus France. Now, if you guys didn't see what happened in the injury, it was Ousmane Dembele basically flipped around and landed on the back of Calafiori's leg and like it was a weird angle too. If I can show you a still image, that would make more sense than trying to explain it, because trying to explain it, we'll be here all day if I try to explain to you what happened. So let me just see if I can find the video. Yeah, I found the video. So Ousmane Dembele was actually like, what happened? He flipped around or something and he landed on his leg. It was a weird situation. Where is it? Okay, here it is. So the ball went into the sky. Ousmane Dembele basically flipped and landed on the guy. It was a weird situation. I'm just going to show you guys how it looked. So if you can see here, Ousmane Dembele is basically flipping, and as he's flipping, the weight of his leg is landing on the back of Calafiori's ankle, and completely takes his ankle down, and it just looks like an ankle sprain or ankle injury from there. That is the most I can show you guys, but it is a situation where we don't want to see any of our players getting injured. Nobody wants to see any players get injured, especially on international duty. Personally, I don't like international duty. I think international football, unless there's an international tournament, let's be honest, who really cares about the Nations League or any of these other things? But yeah, what a game though. What a game. That goal that goal in that game was an amazing volley. Yeah, definitely a really good volley. That was a really good game. And we're going to talk about it in a second. But before we go any further, we just needed to discuss this because this is a major talking point off the back of yesterday, Calafiori's injury. Now, good news is it's not going to be a bad injury. And the rule of thumb is when a player gets injured and they walk it off or something like that, you kind of get a little bit more worried because some of the injuries that are the worst, you don't necessarily feel as much pain, but they can be lingering injuries. So hopefully it's not one of those. Hopefully it's a relatively soft tissue injury or something like that, and it's not any ligaments or anything massive that can cause any major damage. But it didn't look too serious. And when you're having the manager of the actual Italian national team telling you it's not that serious, we are good. We don't have to worry. Yes, Mbuemo. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Mbuemo. I can't pronounce his name for God's sakes. But yeah, we're going to talk about Mbuemo in a second. But overall, the Calafiori situation is he's going to be okay. I just find it crazy that Ousmane Dembele flipped around and landed on the guy's ankle. What's the chances that the guy flips around and lands on the guy's ankle? Very unlikely situation, but it did happen. But overall, I thought Calafiori played really well in the game versus France. If we actually just take away from the injury, I thought Calafiori played really well, and I think Calafiori was getting a lot of praises for his performance last night, especially versus France and Olise. It was Olise's debut, but let's be honest, man, Calafiori was running rings around these guys yesterday. Calafiori showing that he's a quality player, and I am really, really happy that we've signed Calafiori. If you guys watch his performance yesterday, he had Olise on literally. He was literally just telling Olise, you stay there, you can't touch me. I got this ball, I'm keeping it moving. Left center back three for Italy, and he did his goddamn thing. Big up Mo, big up Judge Mo, everyone who's joining us over from Judge Mo's channel. Big up to Judge Mo for the raid. If you did raid, big up to you, my guy. Hopefully you're doing well. Also, people saying Arteta out. Why are people still talking Arteta out? Come on, bro. One more time, please pronounce his name again. when we get to it, I will pronounce his name. I'll try to pronounce his name properly. I'm telling you guys, I am terrible with name pronunciation. It's actually hilarious, but I hope everyone's doing well. We also got to talk about Martin Ødegaard. We had an update on Martin Ødegaard, and he might be injured. It's not a good thing. I don't know why I made that noise. Why did I make that noise? Why did I just say injured like that? Like as if there's something to celebrate. Like, no, nothing to celebrate here. Martin Ødegaard getting injured would be a disaster. Right before the North London derby, last thing we need is Martin Ødegaard to get injured. But let's be honest, he's not injured. The man just played for Norway. The man played international duty for Norway. There's no way the guy's injured. He's going to be okay. Now, there's been fake rumors flying about that Martin Ødegaard could be injured, blah, blah, blah. Let me show you guys what the rumors are and what's been flying around so you guys have an idea of what's going on. This is what's been going on. I think we're just too nice. I think we're too nice to tell Norway run up, but Arsenal captain Martin Ødegaard has been listed as a possible injury doubt ahead of the North London derby versus Tottenham on Sunday. This right here has to be BS. There is no way Martin Ødegaard is going to miss that game, especially with Declan Rice already missing it. We cannot afford to have the two of them out, and especially with him having games in the Nations League for Norway against Austria and all these other teams. He literally played yesterday for Norway. So there's no way that we're going to have a situation where this guy's playing for Norway, but he's not going to play for us. That's not going to happen. I think the fact that he played for the Norway national team yesterday gives me a lot of confidence that he's going to be available for the following game. And he did play pretty much the entire game versus Kazakhstan. And the funny thing is Norway didn't even score a goal. Man played pretty much every single minute for that game, him and Erling Haaland, and they couldn't score a goal versus Kazakhstan. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. But yeah, this is what the rumor is saying right here. I can't really find any information on the actual injury stating what type of injury he had, but I really don't think it's an injury. I think it's just Arsenal trying to say, like, take it easy on him. I don't think he's going to miss the North London derby at all. Sometimes these things are just mind games. International breaks, try to get the player to not play as much. Try to get the player to not play as much. But yeah, Martin Ødegaard did speak about his conditioning himself. Let's see what he had to say about his own conditioning, as this was a talking point. Martin Ødegaard on his physical conditioning. I feel good. I had a few hits in the game versus Brighton. I feel better now. I've tried yesterday without a problem. It feels good. I'm ready for the game. Excited to play for Norway again. So there you go. Martin Ødegaard himself saying that he's not injured. He's perfectly fine. No physical injury for him. And with that being said, if Martin Ødegaard himself is telling you he's not injured, I don't think anything's going to happen, and he's not going to miss any time. We're going to expect him to be ready to go for the game against Tottenham, and we are good. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Ødegaard himself stating that his injury is not serious and he's going to be perfectly fine for the next game versus North London derby. We don't have to worry. Martin Ødegaard missing the game? Unbelievable. Never going to happen. Unbelievable. If people actually believed that was going to ever be a possibility, I think we need drug testing, because I was never going to see him I was never going to see him have a situation where he was going to be potentially missing a game of that magnitude due to what? No way. No chance. No chance in hell we're gonna see it. You guys know that you guys know that song from wrestling? No chance in hell. Do no seat, no street too strong. What was that? D-Generation X or something like that? I don't know. I used to be a wrestling fan back in the day when I was a kid, but that song, I remember it for some reason. No chance in hell. Do whoever's theme song that was, please remind me in the chat, because I completely forgot whose theme song that was. The entrance music, whoever's entrance music that was lit. But yeah, was it Vince McMahon's? Yeah, it was Vince McMahon's. There you go. There you go. That was Vince McMahon's music. There you go. You just reminded me that was Vince McMahon's music. You see, we got some wrestling fans in the chat. Anyways, we got 75 of you guys in the building. Do me a favor. Please do hit that like button right now. You know who I liked? I liked Vince McMahon's son. What do you call it? Here comes the money, 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 money. I love that. I love when he does the thing where he comes out and he does the whole thing. But yeah, anyways, I look silly doing that. I'm gonna sit back down. Yeah, Shane O'Mac. Let's go back. Let's go back though. That's a boss song, mate. Yeah, I know. But let's get back to what we need to talk about. The next thing we need to actually discuss is there is this whole thing with Bukayo Saka and Real Madrid, with Real Madrid fans just talking about Rodrygo and Saka, Rodrygo, Saka, Rodrygo, Saka. It's crazy. I'm live now. Join me. I'm gonna get a Real Madrid fan on here. We gotta settle this Rodrygo Saka debate once and for all. You guys in the chat, let me know, who do you guys rate more, Rodrygo or Saka? Because this is crazy. But before we go any further, let's go to the next topic. The next topic is none other than Leandro Trossard. So rumors going out that Arsenal have begun talks, have open talks with Leandro Trossard over a potential new contract. Now we need to see who is rumoring these, who brought out these rumors. So the person who brought it out, of course, is Sport P. So Arsenal could open talks with Leandro Trossard as Al Hittite, however you pronounce that. Arsenal opening talks with Leandro Trossard over a new contract. This is interesting, as of course Leandro Trossard recently had offers to go to Saudi Arabia. He had the situation where he scored the goal, didn't celebrate. People reading too much into it, in my opinion. Overall, he's an Arsenal player. He's under contract. He might be wanting to get a new contract, but we'll have to wait and see how much of a raise or income increase he would want. How much is he even on right now? Let me see. Per salary per week, Leandro Trossard makes 90K right now at Arsenal. How much longer is his contract running until? Leandro Trossard's contract at Arsenal right now is until one 1 second. When does his contract run out? Let me see. I'm just trying to see when his contract runs out. Leandro Trossard is currently 29 years old. His contract apparently runs out in, where is it? Okay, yeah, his contract runs out in 2026. So we got 2 years left on his deal. We got 2 years left on his deal if you really think about it. No time to see, bro. So there you go. What's yo? You got no time. See, a long time. Yeah, man, it's been a minute. I basically been what do you call it? I took a couple of days off. I'm gonna be live every day though going forward. So no need to stress. As for this, the whole Leandro Trossard situation, it does make sense because his contract runs out until 2026. It literally says it here. Why was I searching for it? It literally says it here. His contract runs out in 2026. Could be in line for a new deal. The situation here where Gunners need to figure out what they need to do. Leandro Trossard, he's 29 years old. Do we try to find a replacement for him? Do we give him a new deal, or do we take the 30 million next time? Personally, for me, I think if in the summer we get the same type of level bid from Saudi Arabia for Leandro Trossard, you sell him in the summer. But with more options, I doubt that Saudi Arabia is going to come in for Leandro Trossard once again and try to offer us that kind of money. We're just in a situation where we cannot afford to lose Leandro Trossard at this stage of the transfer window, when the window's closed with no signings being able to replace him. It would just be detrimental to us. So maybe it's a smart thing to maybe give him another year on his deal and just give him a little bit more security, because he did stay rather than try to force a move to Saudi Arabia on the final day of the window. They do offer you some sort of generational wealth. Like the money that they would offer you to join a Saudi Arabian club is just so much more than the 90K he would be on at Arsenal, maybe even double it. You never know. But this is an interesting development, as Leandro Trossard could be out of the club come the summer if we do get a decent offer. 30 million for Leandro Trossard, who's 29 right now. 20 more million, you can get Nico Williams. Some people would say, why not? Just saying, it does make sense if we do move him on maybe next summer. But right now, probably not. Probably not looking to move him on right now. Probably not looking to move him on just yet. Not yet. But let's talk about some other stuff also. By the way, Arsenal have a problem. Arsenal have a problem. We have too many left backs. We have way too many left backs. We have way too many left backs. And one of them is Kieran Tierney. Now, Kieran Tierney has a problem. Kieran Tierney is supposed to be part of this Arsenal team. Kieran Tierney is supposed to be part of the Arsenal squad, but he is training and at the training ground, trying to get back rehabilitated to be back into the squad. He's been included in the Champions League squad also. He could play in the Champions League for Arsenal next season. He could be this season. He could be part of the Arsenal team this season. Now, some people would say he's one of our better defenders. Some people really rate Kieran Tierney still, but Mikel Arteta doesn't. Mikel Arteta doesn't view him part of the plans. Mikel Arteta has not played him for a little while. So with that being said, I do think that Kieran Tierney will potentially just be training, getting back to fitness to be potentially moved in the January window. But at this moment in time, while we have him on the books and we're paying him, why not try to give him some game time in the League Cup? Why not try to give him some game time in the FA Cup if he's still around by then? Why not give him a game time here and there in the Champions League if we're winning and we don't necessarily need to worry about the situation with the left back? Why not have him part of the squad, integrate him back so we can try to raise his value and move him on? This is a good approach. This is a good approach. But yeah, big up Iga. I think we need to look at Saliba, Saka, Gabriel, Partey situation. Too many at risk. We're going to look at the contract situation in a second. I'm going to save that. Moving on from that, before we get into any debates over any other stuff, we need to talk about some other people also. By the way, shout out Bukayo Saka. Happy birthday to him. We're going to talk about him in a second as we are going to debate Rodrygo and Saka. But there is some conversations. So Team News Ticks gave us some updates. The first update I'm going to give you guys is on Raphinha and Amadou Onana. Yes, Raphinha and Amadou Onana. What is going on with Raphinha and Amadou Onana? Well, I'm going to tell you guys. Raphinha and Amadou Onana were linked to Arsenal, and in the summer they were heavily linked to us at certain points. Certain people that work for Barcelona were even saying Raphinha is pretty much going to be an Arsenal player, and certain people coming out of Everton circles were saying that Arsenal are pretty much going to go and buy Onana, but it didn't develop out that way. Sometimes the players don't want to move because of playing time. Sometimes the players don't want to move because of money. In this situation, it might have been a little bit of both. So you have Arsenal were exploring deals for Raphinha and Amadou Onana in the summer. Both, however, wanted guaranteed starters and something that Arsenal could not offer. So maybe we just don't lie to people and tell them we're going to give them a guaranteed starting position, because you can't really guarantee people starting positions if they're not willing to come to your club and fight for them position and back themselves. Both Raphinha and Onana view themselves as players who should be guaranteed starters anywhere they play. So Arsenal basically told them, we can't guarantee you that. You come to Arsenal, you could find a situation with Thomas Partey and Declan Rice are ahead of you, Onana. You just have to be willing to take that risk. Same thing with Raphinha. You're going to find a situation where Bukayo Saka or one of Leandro Trossard or Martinelli might be ahead of you, and you just have to take that risk. Personally, I agree with this approach. You don't want to lie to players. You don't want to bring players in with the sake of having them know that they're going to be starting week in, week out, because when they are benched, they're going to cause problems. It could cause disruption. It could cause some sort of anger from the people. And that's the last thing you need. The last thing you need is situations where somebody is promised something and then they come in and then it causes some sort of disruption or some sort of anger. And this was a good thing. Arsenal told them straight up, transparent, no guarantee you're going to start at Arsenal, but we still want you. We still think you're part of the plan. I think you can win major honors with us. I think you could do a lot with us. But they just said no. He then went to Aston Villa, where instead of Arsenal, where he is guaranteed minutes, and Raphinha, instead of joining Arsenal, he stayed at Barcelona, where he has to fight it out with Lamal and all those other people that they have. So he's not guaranteed to start at Barcelona, but he's already at Barcelona. Onana went to Everton. Onana went from Everton to Aston Villa, and let's be honest, that's an upgrade. He's going to be playing in the Champions League, and he's pretty much guaranteed a starting spot week in, week out. So I understand the move for him. It makes a lot of sense why he went there. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. And he could just finish a top four with Villa instead of Arsenal. We'll see. We'll see. If Villa finish top four once again, that will be really, really cool for Aston Villa. But I don't think they will do that. I really do think it will be a situation where I actually kind of wanted Onana. I was one of the people who really was behind the Onana potential signing, but it didn't happen. It is what it is. As for Raphinha, I was so against Raphinha because of the whole situation where he took us for a runner with the whole Barcelona situation. As much as people want to see more players coming in, quality players coming in, Raphinha right now is at Barcelona. He's making reasonable money. Why would he jump ship to Arsenal if he's not guaranteed to start? From the player's perspective, I fully understand it. And from the club's perspective, I understand it. Be transparent. Tell them you don't want to tell them lies, and then later they come to the club and then they friggin' sulking on the bench because they were guaranteed stuff and it didn't happen. You guys remember what happened with Koscielny and Arsenal? We promised him he could leave, and then we friggin' fucked it up. Next thing you know, he's refusing to come on tours to America, and then we had to get rid of him. Now, Nico Williams. There's also an update on Nico Williams the other day from Team News Ticks. Team News Ticks giving us a small little update on Nico Williams and the whole situation with Nico Williams. As you guys know, we were seriously after Nico Williams in the transfer window. We really wanted to get this deal done. We could have tried to get the deal done, but it kind of fell off last minute. So the situation here is that a week before the window ended, as far as I heard, Arsenal hadn't had a no from Nico Williams. He never said no. He never said no, but the total package demands wages, bonuses were up as the window ended, and maybe as a way of saying no without saying no. So basically, Nico Williams never said no, I don't want to come to Arsenal, but he then also never said yes. So with that being said, Arsenal were never comfortable of reaching the financial demands just for the player to reject us on the final couple days. We could never get the guarantees from Nico Williams. And that's one, because he wanted to play for Barcelona, and two, he kind of wants to stay in Spain, and three, Atletico Bilbao already offer him really good money, and he's playing with his brother. He's in Spain where he's comfortable. He can stay there for another year, still making decent money, and it's not going to affect his international rankings. It's not going to affect his representation across the world. I think overall it's not going to negatively affect him for staying at Atletico Bilbao for another year. So it makes sense why he did that. But yeah, it is what it is. Team News Ticks giving us an update on him. Now, this is a big rumor. This is a big rumor. We need to see what people think about this. I need to know what people think about Bryan Mbuemo. How do you pronounce this guy's name? Bryan Mbuemo?
Bryan Mbuemo.
Mbuemo. It's Mbuemo. It's not Mbuemo. It's Mbuemo. I am so bad at pronouncing his names. I know you guys are going to be putting laughing emojis in the chat of how I'm pronouncing his name. If somebody can please break down how to pronounce his name properly. It's Mbuemo? It's Bryan Mbuemo? I'm so bad at this. So let me just explain to you guys what's going on with Bryan Mbuemo. So the rumor has it that Arsenal's data team really are high on Bryan Mbuemo, and it was a deal that the club were strongly considering. However, a move was unlikely this summer. So Bryan Mbuemo, or Mbuemo, or however you pronounce his name, could still be a potential possibility to join Arsenal in the foreseeable future, as Arsenal's data team and analytics team and basically people who recruit for Arsenal were really considering a late move for the Brentford forward. This is what Samuel McBell also reported a couple days ago. If I can show you this report here. So Samuel McBell also reported a similar thing, stating that Arsenal were considering a late move for Bryan Mbuemo. So this is interesting development, as I actually think so the question here is, would you like to see Bryan Mbuemo at Arsenal? Would you like to see Bryan Mbuemo at Arsenal? Would you have liked to have seen Bryan Mbuemo sign for Arsenal? And would you still take Bryan Mbuemo? Would you take Bryan Mbuemo at Arsenal? Genuine question. This is a guy who was one of the nominees for Player of the Month in the Premier League this month. He already has 3 goals this season in the Premier League. He's one of Brentford's main goal scorers. He's one of their talismans. He's a Cameroonian international. This is a guy who is only 24 years old. Yes, he does have the Lacazette type vibes where he's balding and everything. But would you take Bryan Mbuemo at Arsenal? That is my question to you guys today. That is a question I'm going to be throwing to everybody. Would you take Bryan Mbuemo at Arsenal? I need to know what you guys think. Let me know your answers in the comment section, because this is the guy who we've been linked to. This is who we were linked to over the last coming days. Apparently, Bryan Mbuemo was a real possibility to join Arsenal, but they just never pulled the trigger on it. It never ended up materializing. But overall, it is a story that a lot of people are now gonna be looking at, and I just want to know your thoughts, people. Now, before I give you my thoughts, I want to go over a couple things. If you don't know, Bryan Mbuemo, first of all, he's what, 24? He looks older than he actually is. That is the honest truth. He looks a lot older than he actually is. Also, 25, Bryan Mbuemo is. He's 25 years old, Bryan Mbuemo. Now, at the age of 25, what we can see is he is a winger who last 2 seasons got 9 goals, 8 and 6 assists, respectively, in those 2 seasons. Decent outlets. He played 25 games last season, got 9 goals, 6 assists. That's really good return in 25 games, to be fair. 25 games to get 15 goal involvements, really good. And I think Bryan Mbuemo in this Brentford team, he's shown that he's clinical. He's shown that he can get involved in the goals. He's shown that he knows his movement is good. He could be a really good backup right back, a right winger for Saka, and he could also be good rotation within the squad. We need squad depth. He would be a squad depth signing. He would be somebody who could play across the front three, not necessarily somebody who I would look at as a potential starter week in, week out, but is somebody he would be like a Leandro Trossard type signing for me. And for me, I would take it, but it would have to be a reasonable fee. Nothing crazy, like 40, 50 million max, 40 million probably max in my opinion. He is still young, so they would say, oh, he's 25. So they would consider it, they would probably want more, but nothing ridiculous. We're not paying like 60, 70 million for the guy. 40 million probably, or 30 million, 40 million, something like that. That's where he would probably be valued at, in my opinion. But that's my thoughts on the whole situation. Let me ask you guys, what do you guys think? Would you take him? Some people laughing in the chat. Loaning Sterling to be automatic starter or countering a player like Mbuemo, we have progressed beyond belief. In phase V, loaning players like, okay, yeah, you're bantering. So I get it, you're bantering, but the reality is we're just talking about potential. So, doesn't mean we're actually going to sign this guy. We wanted Nico Williams. You're going to ignore the part that we wanted Nico Williams? 3 transfers after 3 weeks is crazy. Transfer news after 3 weeks after is crazy. Yeah, they're just kind of giving us updates on everything that's happened. Owner is net 16 billion. No one's talking about him. And yeah, con pickers following Pep. Cone picker. Bro, you guys are just haters. You guys just hating on Arsenal. Like crazy level of hate. Crazy level of hate. Like I get it. You guys are not happy. What are you not happy about? Some people are not happy because we haven't made enough signings. I don't know. Overall, Bryan Mbuemo was linked to Arsenal. The question is, would you have taken him in the summer? Yes, no, maybe, whatever. Just let me know in the comments, and then we're gonna now move on to before we move on to the final topic. And the final topic is going to be, of course, Bukayo Saka. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Mbuemo thing. Would you have taken him? Would you not have taken him? And there is some comments in the comment section that I do see that I will be addressing and speaking about in a second. So any questions you guys have, any topics you want to discuss, let me know in the comments, and we'll get it going right now. We'll get that conversation flowing right now with that whole situation. Let me know in the comment section. Yes. No. And yeah, the main question is, would you have here or more? Okay, so enough about that. Let's get into this Bukayo Saka stuff. I'm gonna send the link to the Real Madrid fan, and we will see what is Agwan. Let's see what is Agwan. Where is Sam? Yo, Sam. Live now. Okay, so let's get into it. The Bukayo Saka Rodrygo debate. It has become the debate of the week. The debate of the week has become the Rodrygo Saka debate. The Rodrygo Saka debate started from somebody making a dumb joke. Somebody made a dumb joke, and this dumb joke has turned into absolute carnage. So let me show you guys what is happening. Let me show you guys what's happening. So yeah, we got Sam in the building also. So we got Sam in the building. Sam's going to be joining us in a second. Sam's actually here, by the way. So yeah, just to show you guys what's happened. So first, you have a Man United fan who made a post about Saka and Rodrygo debate will never make sense because Saka is 23-year-old and he's already Arsenal legend, where Rodrygo is lucky to be in a super team. Now that is bullshit from two perspectives. One, Rodrygo deserves to be in Real Madrid's team. He's a good player. And number two, Saka's not an Arsenal legend. This guy's absolutely waffling, right? But then you have a Real Madrid fan replying with Rodrygo and Saka's career stats and saying Saka's career stats are 59 goals, 56 assists, an FA Cup and a Community Shield, only including Saka's goals and assists at Arsenal, which, by the way, I think he got wrong. He got spot on, by the way, 59 goals and 56 assists. But then says Rodrygo has 72 goals and 50 assists. By the way, the 50 assists are his whole career, including his Real Madrid B team stats and his stats over in Brazil with Santos. Plus, the goals are not even accurate. So he has, if you're going to say the goal numbers, if you include all his goals for his career, including his academy goals, it's like 74 or 70 something. But even then, why are we including Barcelona B numbers and Santos numbers when we're comparing two players in the top 5 leagues? Why not compare their stats in the top 5 leagues? And if you're going to add Barcelona B numbers, so are we going to add Bukayo Saka's academy numbers? I need to know, Sam, why are your fan bases comparing these two and adding stats from Santos and Barcelona B? I mean, Real Madrid B.
They're comparing these two because this comparison shouldn't even have been happening from the
No. Why are they adding Rodrygo's goals from Santos and Real Madrid's B team?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I wouldn't even do that.
Because Real Madrid's B team stats connected. Do you consider those career stats for club football?
No, I don't. But I'm not even interested in them. I just don't understand why this has even turned out to be a conversation. This is what I truly don't understand. One geezer has literally been a key player for me, winning all these trophies in the past like 3-4 years. Another geezer hasn't done anything apart from an FA Cup run. That's just simple. I don't understand how this is so hard. And the thing is, a lot of these men don't even watch my league. They don't even watch my league. They don't. They just watch a few Champions League games. I think that's how this is on a regular basis. They don't watch my team on a regular basis. If they did, they wouldn't be talking like this about a lot of my footballers. But again, I expect nothing more from these people. This ain't the first time.
Yeah. So, okay. The reason why they're getting compared is because they're both right wingers. One made the Ballon d'Or list. The other
Rodrygo's more of a left winger, to be fair. He's playing out of position.
Okay, regardless, if he's left winger, right winger, whatever it is, Bukayo Saka, if he was at Real Madrid, he would start over Rodrygo.
I don't think he would. I think Rodrygo is a better player.
You just said Bukayo Saka is not Rodrygo's not a right winger.
Yeah, but I've had other right wingers in here who have not been good enough, and Rodrygo's benched them, even when he is a left winger.
So do you think Saka? Okay. Do you think if Rodrygo was at Arsenal, he would bench Saka?
He would play on the left wing.
Do you think if Saka was at Real Madrid, he would bench Rodrygo?
No, I don't. Not on the call, though. It ain't happening.
You do know Saka's better. You do know Saka's a better player, though.
No, but this is why we disagree. I don't think he is a better player than Rodrygo. For me, Rodrygo's dribbling is better. Technical ability is better. Clutch moments, this guy is better. His finishing for me is better. And overall, he has shown he's more better. And one guy has also proven.
Wait. How is his finishing better if he doesn't score more goals than Saka?
Sorry?
How is his finishing better if he doesn't score more goals than Saka?
Because look, when I'm talking about finishing, I'm not talking about just goals. I'm talking about left, right foot, free kicks. I'm talking about all those sort of stuff. I'm not just talking about goals. As a goal scorer, yes, Saka is better. I'm not even doubting that. But I think Rodrygo dribbling, he's better. Technical ability, better. Clutch moments, better. Turning up in big games when we need to win these trophies, he's better. Like for me, it ain't even a debate, and he's proven it multiple times. This ain't even a debate. I did tell Mandem if he comes to the Prem, he will cook every single defender in the Prem. Only Salah will be able to deal with this guy.
I guess it depends what team he's on. But last year, were they not in the same competition?
Who?
Saka and Rodrygo in the Champions League.
Yeah, they did. They did.
They were, right? In
Yeah.
that Champions League, you said what? Dribbling.
Yeah, he's an overall better dribbler than him.
You're saying he's a better dribbler. You know, Saka doesn't necessarily have to be used tricks and flicks to dribble past players.
No, but you asked me why I think he's better, and I've given you my answers.
Okay,
Whether he needs to, that's a completely different topic.
My reasons why Saka's a better player. One, he gets more. He's more effective. He's more effective. He's better chance creator. He's a better assister. He's a better goal scorer. He's better at creating many different ways. He has way more. He's way more dangerous with the cross. He's way more dangerous with the pass in behind.
Dangerous with the cross. Have you seen Rodrygo's crossing ability? Have you seen it?
Okay, so let's compare the two's crossing. How about that? What are we going to do? Crossing percentage?
You know what? Can I ask you a question?
Crossing accuracy percentage. How about that?
I need to ask you this question because I genuinely just need to know this. Outside of the Champions League games, forget the Champions League. How much do you watch my club, like on a regular basis when we play?
Bro, majority of the time when I watch La Liga, it's literally Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, or Real Madrid.
No, so that's fine. That's fine. I'm not saying that you're wrong with that. I'm just asking you how much in the season do you watch my club? That's what I'm asking. Outside of the Champions League, because everyone watches me there.
I can't put a number figure on it. That's not what I do.
Yeah, but it's nowhere near when you watch the Prem, is it?
Of course not.
No. Well, and the thing is, I assume you don't sit and watch me if I play against a Real Sociedad. If I play against these big teams, yeah, I assume you will watch them. But if I play against these smaller teams, you're not going to watch that, are you? I won't blame you if you don't.
I wouldn't watch you. I wouldn't watch you playing like the games that you lost. The game that you lost, I didn't end up watching that. I was live streaming at the time.
Okay, no, that's fine. But my point is, a lot of these men that chat like this, they don't even watch my club on a regular basis. They just watch a few
but you don't necessarily have to watch a player week in, week out to determine who.
No, but you have to watch the player quite a lot to be able to make these judgments. That's my whole point. A lot of these men haven't even done that, and these men are just chatting. This is where my biggest issue lies. And when I ask them basic questions, they can't even answer me the questions, which is why I find it all so funny.
Okay, let's keep it simple though. Football is a very simple game. There's different types of aspects that you can bring to a team, and Saka, from attacking position wise, he brings in a lot of defensive work. He does a lot of work.
So does Rodrygo. So does Rodrygo.
Okay, so does Rodrygo. Saka also brings a lot to the game when it comes to creativity. He's a lot better at chance creating and creating more chances for his teammates than Rodrygo is. And I don't think that
Saka has it easier because the Premier League defenders are not.
No. Saka does not have it easier. He does not have Vinicius, Mbappe, Modric, Cruz. He doesn't have.
Yeah, but half the
Valverde.
teams in the Prem can't even defend.
1 second, Saka does not have it easier. He is the better player based on the fact that he is currently not only one of the talisman in the team, but he's in a team where he's one of the main focal points. Rodrygo's not the main focal point at Real Madrid. Saka is better than Rodrygo
he's just one of them.
Based on his production, his effectivity, and the fact that he's.
But this is where you're wrong. Though. You're calling my man a second, third piece of a player. That ain't true, bro. Like that ain't true.
He's not. Well, okay, who's the best player at Real Madrid?
Well, the best player, I'd say Vinny.
Who's the second best player at Real Madrid?
Camavinga.
Who's the third best player at Real Madrid?
Well, performance-wise, you're talking about.
Just who's the third best player?
Yeah, but are you talking about performance or just talking about as a player?
I've already named two. You've already named two players. You're gonna tell me Rodrygo's the third best player at Real Madrid?
He's top four, I would say, after Bellingham.
So he's the fifth option.
No, that doesn't mean he's an option. He starts at my team, bro. That's my point.
No, when it comes to most important pieces of your team, he doesn't crack the top three.
No, I think he does. If you've seen what this guy does for me in my clutch
literally just asked you who is he the best? No, you literally are at this point. You can't lie to yourself. Rodrygo.
No, but you can make multiple arguments.
Rodrygo's level of importance is not better then Saka's level of importance for Arsenal. Simple.
Okay. And what have you won? What have you won with him?
Okay, I knew this is where you're gonna go. I knew this is
There
where
you
you're
are.
gonna go. Here's where you go now.
Yeah.
Winning trophies is not based on one individual player's individual ability. It's based on the entire team. If your team is better, you're going to most likely win. If you're a better player, but you're not as good as a team, you're not necessarily going to mean you're going to win. Guess
So
what?
you're telling me
You cannot sit here. You cannot sit here and tell me Doku or Savio are better than Saka. But if Man City win the league, does that mean Doku and Savio are better than Saka? No.
No, I'm not saying that. But he's won one. You're talking about players won one. Grealish is better than Saka. I'm not going to have that, bro.
One second. You can't sit here and say single-handedly winning team awards determines you are a better player than another. In that case,
if you're a key player, then yes, you can.
In that case, Kepa and whoever else you had as goalkeepers are better than Alisson last year.
What did Kepa do last season? He was benched.
Who was your goalkeeper last season?
Lunin. And last season,
you're telling me Lunin last season had a better season than what do you call it, Raya?
Well, yeah, of course he did. Did you
think he's a better goalkeeper than Alisson?
Sorry?
You think he's a better goalkeeper than Alisson?
That season he was a better goalkeeper, yeah. That season he was. We won the double. You do realize we won 2 games. We lost 2 games all season. 2 games. You do realize that.
What I'm asking is, because somebody wins a trophy,
we lost 1 game in the league, by the way. People don't realize this. Oh, and by the way, just for people out there who don't know this, we went unbeaten in the Champions League and won it. Unbeaten. First time in our history, and that's when Lunin was in goal. I'm just saying. So, yeah, but this is what I'm saying. People don't understand.
So why didn't he play in the final?
People don't know this.
Why'd you put Courtois in the final?
I didn't put Courtois, did I?
No. Why did my point exactly?
Because Courtois is a better keeper. Yeah, but look what Thibaut did the season before as well.
Just because your players win doesn't go. Who's a better left back? Whoever you had last year, Mendy or Gavardio at Man City.
Mendy is better. Gavardio ain't even a left back. He's a centre back. Yeah, he's done well at left back. He's done very well there. But for me, Mendy is better. And if anyone watches Mendy, they will see why he is a better left back. But
okay,
again, people don't watch that league.
Let me just test Premier League. I think you call me delusional all the time, but I think you're being delusional right now. Okay, who's a better goalkeeper, Courtois or Alisson?
Courtois.
Okay, who's a better right back, Carvajal or Trent?
Carvajal, because my man can defend. The other guy can't even defend.
Oh my god. Okay, who's a better left back, Gavardio or Mendy?
Yeah, I answered that question, didn't I?
Who's a better center midfielder, Rodri or Camavinga or Tchouaméni?
Rodri.
Oh my god.
Well,
okay.
I told you Rodri.
Now you give me the final honest truth. Kevin De Bruyne or Valverde?
2 different players.
Kevin De Bruyne or Jude Bellingham?
Sorry, say that again.
Kevin De Bruyne or Jude Bellingham?
Yeah, De Bruyne is a better player. Of course he is. I'm not going to debate that.
Haaland or Mbappe?
As a striker, Haaland's better, but as a footballer, Mbappe is clear of him.
Mo Salah or Rodrygo?
Mo Salah or Rodrygo? I'd still take Salah. Still.
Okay, so you're not the bias. Anyways, we're gonna have to settle this tomorrow on Vibes from the 6.
Yeah, we will. I have to shoot.
Big up to you, Sam. Big up to you, my guy Mark Taylor, for becoming a channel member. Hope you have a great day, my brother. We're out of here, people. Catch you guys on the next stream. You already know what it is. And love for the love, people. Anything else that we gotta say? Yeah, give me your get me on your party, girl, bro. I will next show. Promise, Mark. Catch you on the next one. Love for the love, people. Don't know. Peace.